I'm going to go over spiral review since this is something we use all year long for math. So your child should be bringing home a folder that looks like this. I'll explain what everything means. So every morning when they come in, they have 3 math problems on their paper. And they can get my help on these 3 problems every day except for on Friday. So this is a student's quiz from Friday. You could see they got number 1 right. They showed 2 ways to solve their multiplication problem. So here's one way, here's another way, and they got the correct answer. For number 2, says what time is it? Label the clock. They labeled the clock, and then they got 9:20, so they got that correct. And then for number 3, they got that incorrect because they didn't line up their place values and add correctly. So they got 2 correct and 1 wrong. So when they color in their folder, they would color that for Friday, green, green, red. So theirs is going to look different than mine. So number 1, they got, so you can see problem 1, green, they got it correct. Problem 2, green, they got it correct. And then problem 3 would be all red because they colored it, or because they got the whole thing wrong. Now you can see for this student, they got half, and that was because for number 3, they might have gotten the correct answer, 329, but they didn't use the inverse to check their work. So that is how you would get half correct for this. And then you can get half correct on this if you have maybe 2 ways, but you didn't put the correct answer. But I could see you got the correct answer. So there are certain times they might be able to get half points. And since this is their first quiz, it's okay if you see some reds. So here, this is what their folder should look like. And they should also have Monday colored in for today. All you're doing is reviewing how they did for the whole week. You're looking over their quiz. So you'll see my writing on here. And their quiz is probably going to be their most accurate since I'm the one grading it, not them. They should have the total they got correct out of the whole week. So this student got 10 out of 15 correct the whole week. They will improve by practicing their multiplication. So maybe they got number 1 wrong and they want to practice their multiplication. So if everything looks okay, then you're going to take your pen or whatever and you're going to sign your signature. Okay? When they then they're going to bring it back and they're going to get 5 dojo points. So I'm making sure I'm just coloring for last week. I'm not doing this week yet because this whole week is not done yet. This one will be signed next week. So you always want to look at the week right here and make sure it's past that day. So it has not passed August 29th yet, so I'm not going to color it yet or sign it yet. Another paper that went home is this. It kind of explains what spiral review is. So we've got 3 problems every day. It's review, and then like it says here, you want to see students making progress throughout the week. So Monday they might have a lot of red, but by the end of the week you should see more green. Then you just sign here saying that you've read this. And then, of course, if you have any questions, please let me know, because this is something we're going to be doing all the way until June. So this should be going home every Monday and coming back to school on Tuesday. So it goes home every Monday, gets signed, brought back to school on Tuesday. We do quizzes every Friday. I am the one who grades that. Monday through Thursday, they're kind of grading their own paper. So hopefully they're grading it as honestly as possible. I try to check every student's, but I don't always get to every student's. So this is just so you can see what we've done in math, what we've learned, what your child is still struggling with. So maybe that way they can work on those things at home as well if you're able to. And then, of course, if you have any questions yourself or you don't know how to do something yourself, hopefully your child can teach you. And if your child can't teach you, I can also help as well. So think that's it. I guess the only other thing is that we work on the same 3 skills all week long. So this week we worked on multiplication all week, then we worked on telling time all week, and adding all week with subtracting. And then the next week will be different problems. Okay, so please sign this tonight after you reviewed it and have them bring it back to school tomorrow morning. Thank you.